Alright, well, so you can see me get linked a lot. The broadcast is up for you. I'm running around. I'm thinking about switching my world parameter so that I only use one weapon, or just running around with one weapon. But I need to get to a bivouac first. Immediately yawn as soon as I start the stream. Yeah, so I'm kind of just going around exploring right now. I'm not doing anything in particular. Roaming around like I would in real life in jeans and a t-shirt. So, yeah, most of the time when I'm by myself, I usually don't say much. Mm-hmm.
This place is, it's dead. It's quiet over here. Oh, shit. Hey!
Well, it's like I can hear most things, even with other people talking. Oh, shit, I'm yawning. That's fair. That's fair. I definitely understand that part of it. 'Cause remember when I used to play Persona, y'all would be like, hey bro, you good? And I'm like, I'm just playing the game. Hmm? Oh, nose started itching.
Hey, pal. Zero movement in my sector. I've done stupid jobs before. This shit. Damn! Shit!
But yeah, I mean, if you got any questions or anything, or just got anything you want to talk about, we can do that too. Like I said, I can still hear a majority of what's going on. There is a story you can follow if you choose. And I've done a couple of missions into the story. So the story starts with you're an agent that is sent to this island once this island loses connection or communication with the outside world, so you're sent here to figure out what happened. On your way into the island, your helicopter is assaulted, and basically you lose most of your crew. So one of the missions, yeah, so at the start, you basically find out that one of your ex-brothers in arms betrayed you. Excuse me. You found out that one of your ex-brothers in arms betrayed you. So one of the missions is to, yeah, they designed it kind of like a movie, but it's basically you have that part of the mission
I won't
is
believe anything until I see it with my own eyes.
you have to go and take him out.
Fine, but allow
So
yourself a little relief.
recently
Let's
completed
save over
that
time to
one.
think about the future, and we're gonna need you.
Well, he's the one leading a specialized group called the Wolves. So your former Spec Ops, well, I mean, you're technically still Spec Ops, but that guy's former Spec Ops that is now running another group of highly trained people that is also Spec Ops, essentially. Or, I'm not sure if you're familiar with Spec Ops, but it's Special Operations. I'm mad I missed that double headshot because I was gonna melee that dude. Oh, did I actually hit him? I hit that guy the first time, I think. What's up? I was pretty sure I missed, so I don't know. Let me check. Is there a dead driver? There is a dead driver. That's crazy, I didn't think I hit this dude. Yeah, I'm kind of just going around shooting people. Basically, I'm just doing solo manhunt. There is this place I want to assault, but I got KIA'd the last time I assaulted it, so...
If not, shut up. Hey, move your ass! We're under attack!
Hmm? Oh, it's another one coming out. Oh yeah. I was thinking about getting it. I don't know if I will yet or not. Wait, what the hell? What the hell blew up over that? Open world? Do you get to choose which character you want to play as and just run around, or you get to create your own? Oh, that's pretty neat. I might have to get it. Build literally my own fighter. When you build your character, did they do from based on what you've seen, since you follow it more than I do you know if they do the character building like they do? God, what the hell happened over here? No, I mean, like, do they do it like Soul Calibur, where you basically choose a character to duplicate, or can you mix and match moves and stuff like that? Is it fully you can build it however you want? It's interesting. Why are you upset? Duh, we are about to see an influx of broken ass. That's a heavy. Let me get down real quick. I don't need to be fighting a heavy and a helicopter.
shit.
Hey,
Whoa, man.
we're under attack.
Hostiles in the area.
Whatever.
Guess I can't take any chances when there's a heavy involved. There's a drone over here too. But yeah, sounds interesting. I might have to definitely gonna wait till it's on sale, but I might have to pick it up. I've been trying to keep up with Tekken 8. Damn, I done missed twice. I suck at this. I'm out of rockets? No. Oh, I do have EMP grenade. All I want to know is, are they bringing Kunimitsu back? Because I don't want to spend all the time I did learning Kunimitsu the way I did, just for them to be like, she's obsolete. Which I think is dumb. You should, this is Tekken 8. You should have all of the characters. Or at least allow us to create our own. Oh, I'm about to get shot at. I need you to stop looking at me. Well, they're making it in Unreal Engine 5, so it better be good. Oh, you know, that explains it. I did shoot one. It turns out there were two. Huh. Well, they made a lot of improvements. Ooh, there's people here. They made a lot of improvements for online for Tekken 7. But yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to that. When that game is ready to drop, I am probably gonna buy it. I'm probably gonna pre-order it. Tekken 8. You know me and Tekken. That's my love. It's not coming out for a while. They're still putting out trailers. Oh, I'm getting to the cold part. I'm not dressed for this. What I'm mad about is that it took 7 games to kill Heihachi off the series as the main character. This makes me feel like they're gonna do the same thing, but with Jin and Kazuya. They're gonna... I ran 1.1 kilometers away from this place. That's crazy. Yeah, I saw that during his trailer. She comes back. I'm okay. Yeah, I'm okay if they take out Heihachi's wife. He's dead. That guy got linked. I'm okay if they take out Heihachi's wife. Yeah, she got killed pretty quickly. I'm okay if they don't put Heihachi in the game, right? Bro. There's a drone around here somewhere. Right, because remember how technically Heihachi's father or grandfather, Jinpachi, was supposed to be dead, and they brought him back as a demon. I doubt it. Heihachi was like the pure one, so I doubt they're gonna bring him back as a demon. Let me craft some shit real quick. I can't craft rockets. That sucks. Say that again? Good night, Kiwi. My bad, hold on. Hold on, cause let me try to blow these up. And then you can ask me your question. Because I got a drone attacking me or looking for me right now. And then there's highly trained people that can also take me out. That guy's dead. That guy's dead. Last thing I want to be is a target. Alright, go ahead. What's your question? Why does Kazuya and Jin have beef? Because Kazuya basically took Heihachi's model and followed it. Not necessarily tried to kill Jin per se, but he, as far as I know the story was, he basically kind of just left him to be. Yeah, he kind of abandoned him. Man, I have not had a break for like the last 2 minutes. Yeah, and don't quote me on that because I wasn't really in tune with the Tekken story for quite a while. So it was hard for me to track the story when I was playing it when I was younger because I was younger. So
Commencing search.
Law. I remember yeah. I remember Law and Leywula. So it was martial law, the current law is the sun, so martial law is the sun. There was what was the original law's name? Because there's also, it's the same thing can be said about the Yoshimitsu evolution.
These days, almost everybody I know is defected or they're in custody.
Probably should be gone already. They're arresting every... Ah! Oh.
Hi people, don't mind me, I'm just here to rob you. I straight up rolled up and just took all their shit. One character that I wish they would never bring back is Paul. I was genuinely hoping they took him out the game.
I'm not gonna lie, these new attacks got me shook.
I think they've been doing good with him, but at the same time, he's just such a broken character. And I say this as a guy that uses a female ninja, bro, that can teleport essentially. But Paul literally only has to hit you with one combo, and that's your whole health bar. Bro, there's no other character in the game that can do that. Well, there's no other character that's not an add-on in the game that can do that. Because Akuma does that same shit, but he's not a Tekken character. What's crazy is that they incorporated him into the story. That's kind of what got me. I mean, hey, low-key, as a person that throws hands, you know, if somebody told me I've been sent to kill you, hey, let's throw these hands then. What's up? I wonder if I can get them out here.
Why would anyone actually come here? I've had it.
Kazama, yeah. His cousin. Asuka's the cousin.
I could have told you. There's nothing out here.
I've been sitting here looking for this helicopter. I'm like, they dip? Nah, fuckers right here. It's the helicopter I just shot down. Oh, this game has a photo mode. Let me just casually take a picture near a burning helicopter real quick. Oh, that's wild. That is a bunch of dead people in the car behind me, too. I'm not gonna take this picture. Those textures look terrible. I'd be okay if they took those characters out the game, too. I'm mad I missed that many shots. So I like how these are roughly within 500 meters of each other. That explains why I got assaulted the way I did last time.
Progress report, please. Getting tired of standing around.
I really don't think we need to worry. Every soldier is dealing with the protests. We should be totally fine.
There's nothing going on by me.
I think it was one of the mobile games. The ones for handheld. Oh, then I'm not sure. Hey, buddy. Oh, that's crazy. Didn't his production get halted? Yeah. His production got halted. How are there 8 iterations of it? Who keeps making or maintaining this thing? No. Not that I know of. I think he was probably involved in the original creation of them.
Not listening, man. He just came out of nowhere. Popped up, and he was gone before we could get a shot off.
Some ranger you must have been.
Shit! Enemy!
How close am I to a bivouac? I think if I'm going to assault these places, I might want to, yeah. I'm gonna go summon my AI. Well, the stream is technically no longer solo exploration if I have my AI with me, but I can get rid of them pretty much immediately after. Plus, I want to change my weapons. Oh, they putting Christy back? That would be nice if they are. I mean, she ain't got much of a cameo though. It's only if you end up doing the individual stories for the character. She makes a very minor appearance. Alright, I'm gonna try out this M4A1 Scout. That'd be nice if Christie's back. But you also know that her moveset is basically gonna be extremely limited. Oh, that's interesting that it defaults you to this optic. That's interesting. Okay. He's gonna try to roll around with just the M4A1 Scout. See how that goes. I don't remember what my teammates were wearing. Oh yeah, when I had us all in a SWAT outfit. We can do it was terrible. Most of the time, yeah. Go ahead and just have y'all copy Nomad's look. Yeah, it was pretty dumb. That's crazy. I only had one old shell. No, the movie was absolutely garbage. That's crazy. I didn't know it was after midnight. Alright, well now that I got my AI squad, which I'm still technically doing solo play. But and now we get to assault some places. Alright, let's get it, squad. Let's go.
Roger, moving. Let me get a clean shot. Prepared to fire. Copy. I have eyes on the wolf.
Nothing out here. Roger. Solid work.
What'd you say?
Moving in on hostile. Maneuvering in position. Good to go. Hostile down, Ghostly.
Rock and roll.
Excuse me.
Azrael drone. Need to hide.
Who? Dog, no, what's crazy is because the kid he did have had demonic powers, so he went and had one that didn't have demonic powers to prove it wasn't his. Or like to prove the powers didn't come from him. You know how crazy that is?
The Azrael's range. We're good.
Oh, that's a behemoth. I'm not fighting that. I done traveled a little too far for my liking. Let's head back to where we're supposed to be. But yeah, I enjoy this game. It just allows me to, if I'm mission focused, I can do missions. If I just want to explore like I've been doing, I can just run around. If I'm like I want to run around and tag people, but I don't necessarily want to explore and find new stuff, I can.
People are waiting on us at the lab. Come on!
I'm in the middle of it. Just wait.
Moving in. Getting in position. Raj, getting in
Oh
position.
yeah, Kishimoto.
Need to shoot.
Wait, what?
Set the killed him.
Shit. Quit laying around, Mike.
Shooting.
Shit.
That's it.
Hey, he did it right. He got real popular real early, and then he basically quit. And the thing is, he is going to be making money off of royalties for the remainder of his life. And if he does it right, his children and grandchildren are going to be doing that too. Yeah, like it's considered one of the big, it's part of the Big Ten, which changes drastically, but it's one of those that people are always going to be. You should watch this.
This is Central. Reinforcements needed in Lake Country.
Just cause. Get down, Zor!
Way to get some.
Mm-hmm. Well, the other one too is if you want to animate that, because you know a lot of times people want something that they can watch, right? And depending on the person, they want stuff that has story. Some people just want action. But that's not to say that these new wave. Oh,
Hostiles are
Outstanding.
they're shorter because it's especially for animation. It's hard to keep that pretty animation going like that. Like it takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of hours, and animators are already severely underpaid. You know, and I'm not sitting here trying to make this like a animators need to be what is spotting me. Like, I'm not being like, oh, animators need to be paid more, etc., etc. I do think they need to be paid more, but it's not, you know, there's nothing I can do about it.
I got eyes on an enemy chopper.
Chopper. With the amount of views and streams anime gets, 100%. Especially considering that now it's accessible to more, and more people are willing to pay for it. So the fact, right? But the fact that they're being duped out like this is it's human. It's human greed. No, bro. I used to be one of those people that was, you know, you remember anytime we brought up anime. It's an alarm system. Okay. Duh. The very first thing I got asked was, oh, so you just watching hentai? You watching cartoons? Fuck. And it's like, I mean, you're not wrong. I don't mind watching it, but at the same time, that's not all there is to it. What I don't understand is why that's all people think it is you sitting here watching cartoons. Fuck. And it's like, you know, that's a whole genre by itself. One, that's a whole genre by itself. But two, ecchi is ecchi is its own category. It's not just something that identifies all of it. But on Duh. When I finally finished it, I was kind of mad with how it ended. Not even gonna lie. So, I...
Got one. Negative contact here. You're the rally point.
So, my thing is, hold on, because this alarm is louder than you. And I can barely hear you. The hell is this thing? Alright, now I can just alarm deactivate it. There we go. Alright, so my whole thing was it's not that I cared too much who he got with. Right? It would have been nice if him and Aya ended up together.
Bad guys on us.
It would have been nice if him and Aya got together because
Drone's deactivated.
you know, they had absolutely great chemistry, right? Him and Aya, when you got past the fact that Junpei was Junpei, he was your cliche male protagonist. Him and Aya had great chemistry. But that was also why they weren't going to work out well together. It's because they had great chemistry, right? Because Aya was very, for lack of a better way to describe it, Aya was very meek in comparison. You know, he didn't really know what he wanted, and she was just kind of like a let's go with the flow, roll with the punches. Which is why, hey, I need y'all to help me. Which is why Tsukasa worked out. No, actually, I didn't like Aya the most. I actually, huh? There was four. There was four. There was one for.
Enemy choppers out of
There was
range.
one for each direction. So there was. Oh, I wish I could remember their names. Hold on. Hey Google. Goddamn, I fucked up. Hey Google. Show me a list of characters for Ichigo 100%. So there was Tojo Aya, Kitaoji Satsuki, Nishino Tsukasa, and Minamito Yui. There was a couple others, but those were the main four. And basically, Kitaoji. That's actually who I wanted him to end up with, was Kitaoji, because she was honest. She really liked him for who he was, right? They also had great chemistry, but she was honest. She was very honest about what she wanted, and she was very honest about what she didn't understand, right? She was very much just like, hey, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know how I feel, but what I do know is right now, this is what I'm feeling. You should give us a chance. And Junpei was like, well, he basically was starting to get into his feelings because he was like, I don't know if I should, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, bro, you suck. She was too much for him. Yui was his childhood friend. So Yui was the girl that, if he settled for her, it would be the cliche, I settled for my childhood friend. But at the same time, him and Yui also got along well together. But the thing is, he saw Yui as more of a little sister. He didn't start viewing her as a member of the opposite sex until she started kind of approaching him. And and that makes essentially, and that makes sense. She started making moves, and then he was like, okay, oh shit, this is, while I saw her as somebody that was off limits, she's seeing me the other way, and he was approaching that, and I'm just, so him and Yui wouldn't have worked. I don't think they would have been compatible, right?
Some ranger you must have been.
I don't
We looked around for another
think
20 minutes.
so.
Then Rourke steps in something, almost takes his leg clean off. It was like a goddamn bear trap, but like
He had several friends. I just don't know for sure if this is the one you're thinking of. I don't remember. You might be blending, 'cause that's a trope in a lot of them, so you might be blending stories. Bro, we had you reading so much, it was crazy. But yeah. Yeah. But I personally wanted him to end up with Kitoji because I feel like that would have made the most sense.
I'm here, laying down fire.
Way to get it done.
They're on us.
I'm sorry, say that again. I blew the door on this place. So
Enemies hit.
Light him up.
I do like that right, and what I don't like is that it's nice that they were like, okay, I still like you per se, but what I didn't like was that he did all of that back and wait, I can hack that? No, that was pick up my C4. He did all of that. Oh, I can kick the door. Yeah, let me not waste my C4 then. He did all of that back and forth and not figuring out stuff to basically only end up with Tsukasa. Right, and I understand it takes some time, but I was basically like, all you gotta do, you're all young. All you gotta do is try and date them, and if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Right, because remember, him and Tsukasa dated for a little bit at the start of it. He asked her out. He asked her out off of a dare, bro. That's what's crazy.
Azrael flying overhead. Stay low.
His best friend dared him to ask her out because here's how he thought it was. Here's how he thought it was Tsukasa originally, right? Because the whole premise of the story was that he was out filming or he was taking pictures or whatever, and he saw this girl with strawberry panties, this really pretty girl with strawberry panties, right?
The Azrael's clear.
And it was Aya. And why the hell is the Behemoth site highlighted? Okay. Right. He essentially was, the whole premise is based around the fact that he saw this girl, this really pretty girl with strawberry panties, right? And the thing is, he was so dumb, he didn't pay attention to the little details. Because you saw this, it ain't even the glasses or without the glasses, bro. She had black hair. Tsukasa had brown hair. That's already not the right girl. He was just dumb as hell. And don't get me wrong, it was a great premise for the story, but if we're being real, the story shouldn't have happened. because no, like it should have happened, but it should have been a story of him basically. No, it should have been a story of him essentially chasing Aya, not necessarily going around with 3-4 different girls and ending up. And I mean, it was definitely more than 4 girls that he ended up getting interested in him, but there was only 4 main girls. Right, that essentially there were only 4 that would have mattered at the end of the story. Fun fact about that one, the 4 main girls, all of their last names were related to a direction, and the main character's name was related to a center. So his full name is Junpei Manaka, which Naka is like center in Japanese, or it can be used a couple of ways, but it's center. Tojo, east. Minami. Oh, I'm saying this on stream, and I feel like I'm about to make a fool of myself because I'm forgetting my directions. Minami is west. Nishi is north, and then Yui. What was Yui's last name? Hey Google, show me a list of Ichigo 100 characters. Okay, so Tojo, Kitaoji, Manaka, Nishino, and then Minami. Yeah, Minami. So Yui was south, west, north, and east, and then Junpei was middle, because the story revolved around him. It was when I found out later. When I found out about it, I thought it was pretty cool. So that was just random ass fun fact about it, but the thing is, a lot of stories are actually written like this, where the character's name are related to a direction of some sort.
All day, baby.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I don't dislike this M4A1 Scout. Pink. Pink. That's crazy that you was thinking about that at work. That's a weird thing to think about while you working, bro. Manga Dex. Yeah, Manga Dex is basically the only accredited manga site outside of the sites run by the like Funimation and stuff like that. It's the only other accredited site. No, you don't have to pay for Manga Dex. I've been trying to get back into it. What be making me mad though is when I find really good manga. So Tsukimichi, I think you may have heard me telling you about this a while back. It's the anime about the boy who got sent to another world, and when he got there, all of his powers unlocked, so he basically became broken. He's just OP for no reason. And it follows the isekai trope to some degree, because he's the broken main character, but he's not dumb, right? He's not this naive main character. He's actually smart or whatever. Well, the thing is, I had been reading Tsukimichi for a long time before it got picked up and serialized into an anime. And the one thing that made me absolutely mad about the anime adaptation was excuse me, it might be time to go to bed. The only thing that made me upset about the anime adaptation is that a lot of... So the manga is extremely detailed, right? It's extremely detailed. It has a lot of information, has a lot of backstory, stuff like that. They basically took all of that information and dumbed it down into a couple of major parts here and there. And for the anime, you essentially skipped all of the story. And that made me mad. That made me upset. Because you just chunked so much information that made the story. Right, there's one part in the anime. Right, there's one part in the anime where he the part that's kind of the most popularized is where he ends up blowing this giant hole into the ground. He ends up getting into a fight with these people because he gets snatched away from his place. So originally he was sent there as a hero for the goddess of that world, but he was too ugly for the goddess, so she basically sent him to the edge of her world and then summoned other people. Well, because he was sent to the edge of the world, you know, he was disconnected from the rest of society. She was just like, go and, you know, leave my people alone, basically. Okay, he did just that. And well, then she found him and took him back to the war, basically. And so she placed him near the war, and these people attacked him. And he, you know, he doesn't know what's going on. He's like, I don't have any type of clue what's going on. And these people attack him. So he eventually fights back, and when he does, he creates a crater into the ground. Well, the thing is, the anime throws you basically into that section. But the manga gives you everything that leads up to that. And the thing is, all of that information is extremely pertinent to that part of the story. So they essentially skipped major parts of the story for an animation, for a quick 12 episodes, and that just royally pissed me off. Now mind you, I'm just a consumer, so I don't have much say in it, but my thing is, when you pick up an anime, when you pick up a manga series, I feel like it should be you, because you know, you got like My Hero Academia, other series that are so big that they are making it chapter by chapter, story for like episode for episode, page for page, basically, right? You should do that with anything that has, you should honestly, unless it's a manga that's designed to be a comedy or something that's designed to be stupid, you should do that for everything. You should do that for everything. And the reason I think that is because you're, not only are you downplaying a lot of stories like that. I missed all of those shots. Good, get back here. Not only are you downplaying a lot of stories like that, you are under, oh, I'm about to die. You are undercutting, you are undercutting writers, right? People who took all of that time. Ooh, don't land on me, please don't land on me. The people, you're essentially undercutting the writer of the manga.
We're making good headway now.
What are y'all fighting? Oh, there was a drone over here. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Cut that up. And as a person that used to draw, right? As a person that every now and then will write stories and stuff. It's, my thing is, if a writer took their time, and especially as a person that used to draw and write stories, right? You had this author take their, who's shooting? Where's this guy? Oh, this guy's dead now. What's up? Basically taking all of their hard work and then simplifying it for the sake of being like, oh, we picked up this cool series, to 12 episodes, in my opinion, is a big ass kick in, it's a big ass stab in the back, it's a big ass kick in the teeth, whatever you want to call it, right?
Damn, respect.
And most of that just comes from the fact that, again, I used to draw stuff like that. So I know the amount of work, the amount of time that goes into creating these stories. And mind you, a lot of artists, for small serializations like that, or when they start small, a lot of artists don't have teams, so they're doing all of this on their own. Which is crazy that you would think with streams they should be making more money because more people stream it. But that's, again, that's that, this is that system because, oh, I ran right past this guy. What's up? Right. The streaming is, oh, the other side too is streaming. They don't, when something is streamed, they don't track it for the duration of the stream, right? Because in my opinion, if I write an episode and somebody views the episode, each time a person watches that episode, it's considered a unique view, but it's not considered unique viewership. Because if I consistently rewatch one episode over and over again on Crunchyroll, right, while that episode is consistently being streamed, it's not being streamed at a new source. So now they're not counting that as viewership. They're not counting that as a new viewership. And that's essentially where your money is actually coming from. It's the same algorithm YouTube uses to figure out how many views you have and stuff like that. Or it's part of the same algorithm that YouTube uses. So you can see how this makes it that much harder for writers to get paid properly.
Whoever ends this battle gets a fat bonus.
Compromise. Over here.
I'm pushing forward.
Target hit.
Thanks for the help. I be forgetting I have AI support sometimes, and I honestly just run up and kill people. But yeah, I won't say I'm elitist about anime and manga. Well, no, I will say I'm elitist about anime, only because I'm so picky about anime to begin with, that if I watch a series, it's either really good or really bad. And the thing is, if I'm watching a series when it's really bad, it's funny as hell. And at that point, I don't care that it's bad. It's comedic. Oh, yeah, and I mean, growing up, I definitely watched stuff like,
Roger.
yeah.
Here too.
You heard, Ghost Lead. Combat drone deployed.
Well, like, so growing up, I definitely watched Yu Yu Hakusho, Inuyasha, stuff like that.
Hope this works.
But the thing is, I grew up watching all of that, and that was before it was really popularized, so you could really only catch it, excuse me, you could really only catch it on certain days at certain, Inuyasha used to literally only play at night, bro. And that was the same with Yu Yu Hakusho. They used to only play super late at night because they were considered so graphic. They were considered so graphic that they didn't want them airing on regular TV.
We're under it. I'm getting my ass to cover. Contact. Let's rip him a new one.
Battery's drained. Drone's out of the game.
Could have used that.
Right, but you know the ones that are now popular, the ones that like people are basically going, you need to watch this. Oh, excuse me. This was the stuff that people really didn't know of before, or if you watched it because no one took the time to go, oh, this has story behind it, it was basically just deemed not appropriate for children, which is part of why it used to be aired only at night, or why you could only find it on disc at the library and stuff like that. Plus, you know, media was different then. Digital streaming wasn't really a thing, that sort of stuff. And, you know, the introduction of digital streaming and stuff like that definitely changes everything. But what I basically, the reason I'm elitist, and I say this with air quotes because I'm not actually elitist with anime. If you find something you like and you like watching it, watch that shit. Bro, I'm watching an anime. I just finished watching an anime called The Ice Guy and His Cool Female Coworker. It's literally an anime about the descendant of a snow woman and his budding romance between a coworker who basically shows very little emotion or expression. It is honestly a very adorable story. It's also funny as hell, but it's a very adorable story. And mind you, it's there's no action. There's no action at all, and they have stuff in there. It's really pretty animation wise, but there's no action. There's no fighting, but it's still a good anime. I recently watched one. I love Slice of Life, and I didn't realize how much I love Slice of Life until I started reading Strawberry 100% and other manga like Eyes and stuff like that. It was just manga that depicted somebody's life. And mind you, it wasn't a lot of these manga gave people with fantastical lives type shit or semi-fantastical lives, but it made it realistic to some degree. Right, and as I've lived and as I've gone through life, I realized a lot of moments in manga that you would see and you'd be like, oh, that shit doesn't happen, stuff like that, right? So for example, guy and a girl bump into each other, they trip, and guy ends up in between the girl's legs, right? People would always be like, that's not gonna happen, that's not realistic. Bro, that shit happened to me before. That shit has actually happened to me before. And the thing is, it was not intentional. We literally tripped. As in, I was trying to get out of her way to go somewhere, and she was trying to move out of my way, and we fucking crossed legs and tripped. And literally, I ended up in between her legs and on top of her. Right. And that shit happens. Right, that shit happens, and that's what makes it so much more relatable, but that's also what makes the story that much better. Because it's one thing if the story is happening and you're like, okay, this has never happened to me. And there are people out there where it never happens to them. Okay, cool. Well, I'm yawning like crazy. I know I need to go to bed now. You know, there's people that this never happens to them. I think I've explored this area already. And so it's like, okay, well, you know, if this never happens, that's fine. But then there are people like me who some of this stuff has happened to. And you're like, okay, this shit does happen.
Relax.
You know,
Sentinel is
it's
going to
basically
keep protests down. We're good.
it's basically a, I won't say it's like a one in whatever chance or anything like that, because I don't know the full numbers. But it's one of those things where if it happens, it happens, and if it doesn't, it doesn't. And I'm trying to wrap up whatever I was saying because I'm losing my own train of thought.
Roger. Moving to the target.
can't even imagine having enough money to buy a whole island.
That amount of money would be a curse to anyone. I don't have.
Hey!
Clear. They're gone. Good heads. Combat drone activated. Time to shine, buddy. Jump too long. Nice, Ghost Lead.
Nomad, you need to check those wounds fast. VIP's trying to bolt.
We're alive, one.
Down through some damage.
Ghost Lead. Drone shut down.
Gonna toss a grenade.
Good one.
Shot one of them. Just wasted a support unit.
No, and that's the thing. Like manga, I mean, would you be surprised?
Like you need to rest.
What I like about manga is that because there are different categories of manga, right? There's shonen manga, there's shoujo manga, there's seinen manga, which is adult manga, right? And one thing that, and I actually did a report on this in college because this opened my eyes to a lot of manga, which I was already familiar with for the most part, but it opened a lot more. Right, and one thing that I introduced to a lot of people was that different manga falls under different genre, and different genres have different limitations. Right, so shonen and shoujo manga designed for young boys and young girls. Manga designed for young boys is going to be very limited in its approach to fantastical stories that don't have some type of fighting or anything like that. Shoujo manga is going to have a lot more romance and drama related stuff, right? So the shit where girls are picking on you, guys are trying to bully you, all that good stuff. What am I looking at? That's a convoy. Okay, right? So that's going to be shoujo manga essentially, and this is a simple version of explaining these categories because they're a lot broader than people think. But the short version is, you know, there's shoujo, there's shonen, and then there's seinen. There's another one too, but we'll leave it at those three for now. And seinen is adult manga. Seinen manga is the manga where you're gonna see people having sex, and they will actually show it, right? Or they'll show some parts of it.
Starting scan.
We can see you. Got it. You're down.
Well done.
Take it easy. Turret ahead.
Yeah.
Stay low. Hostiles are on alert.
Yeah.
Kill Ghost.
No, it should just be a website. They're an actual accredited site, and they're an accredited site, and they actually tell you like where their sources and shit come from. I'm mad I just missed the dude like 3 times in a row.
There it is, boss.
I'll give you a better look.
We'll get a much better look at him.
Oh shit. Let me move back.
We are
are wildly outnumbered. Be careful.
Just got a wolf kill.
Thank you. Dog, Spy Family is really well done.
We got enemy reinforcements.
Spy Family is one of my favorite animes
Time for a live one.
presently.
Back to Wolf.
Give it to him!
Copy that, boss.
Eat that shit!
Look down. Let's do it.
You got this.
Get him.
I'll get you a better view in a sec, Nomad.
One less enemy radio operator.
Spotted a caller. Proceed with caution.
Grenade, watch out.
Nice going.
Just nail the wolf.
It's crazy because I just sicked my whole team on this camp, and they are just going ham right now, bro.
Drone's out of juice. Lost.
Visual on the sniper. He's ready to fire. You're
Ow.
all banged up, Nomad. Get your ass to some cover.
Yeah, I know,
Neutralized.
and I'm trying to get somewhere, but I'm about to die.
You need to find some cover.
Yeah, I know. Shut up. I'm injured as hell right now, bro. They got different modes too, like you can different scroll modes, stuff like that. So I genuinely like the site. I just haven't read there in a while because I just have not read a lot of manga. I prefer scrolling.
Silencer. Stay silent. Boom. Clean hit, boss.
You can, I mean, like, you can basically load the whole chapter and just read it as one. So I don't know if you've ever read webtoons, but you can read it like a webtoon, which essentially is what it is. Speaking of, if you want some good created content from authors that are actually being supported, look into webtoons, because they have great stories and a lot of them are drawn really well, and a decent chunk of them are in color. You know, webtoons is absolutely awesome. And bro, these manga titles, what I've learned is the crazier the title, sometimes the better the manga. Sometimes, not always.
Target hit. Support unit is toast. I'll clear this position. En route your location.
What was it called?
Move to my location.
Got it. Here we go.
Hey, you want a really funny story that is the title definitely throws you off to what the story is, and let me give you the context of the story first, okay? Without giving too much of the story, because I want you to read it. Short version: the main character has to keep the devil from being released, and somehow the devil got sealed inside of his body, so now he can't do anything sexual. Take a guess what this manga is called before I give you the title. Just take a wild guess. No, but you're not far off. It's called My Balls. But the thing is, so here's the thing. It's drawn really well.
Roger. Moving to target.
Who's seeing me right now? It's drawn really well, right?
Sit here, boss.
And the story is actually really good. I've actually read it all the way through, and I need to pick it back up because I want to reread it. I think it's hilarious.
Enemy helo coming in. Find yourself some cover. Okay, Ghostly. We're clear.
Rock and roll.
Use your silencer if you want to stay still. Chopper's gone. We're clear.
Oh, I actually hit it. That's pretty neat.
Bad guys are coming.
Hold on. I can't hear you over these loud ass shots I'm firing right now.
Drone will give us an extra edge.
Bro, this helicopter is flying through this bridge. That's crazy. Alright, now that everybody's dead but the pilot apparently. What were you saying? No, don't run. Get back here. Get back here. Don't run. Got it. Oh, I mean, there's a whole category if you want like manga with sexual connotations and stuff. There's a whole category just for that. That's what I mean by, oh, I didn't mean to reload that many bullets. That's what I mean by there's so much manga out there that people just don't understand is out there.
Combat drone's battery is drained.
Gonna use it right about now.
Wait, what? Oh, Netorare. So that's Netorare is kind of weird because do you know what cuckolding is in English? That's Netorare in Japanese. Yeah, that the shit's wild. But hey, once the crazy part about Japanese sometimes is once you know what it translates to, it's even crazier. Alright, stream. I think I'm gonna call it here. I'm not really doing anything, and I've damn near died like 4 times now. So, y'all be smooth.